It's okay. My fault. Started on mute
All right.
again.
There
Just
you
how
are.
things go. What's
As they
happening, buddy?
roll. Not much, dude. How you doing? Good morning.
Let me paint Dom's picture. Dom, in Southern
Hmm.
California, is a busy guy. He gets home, he's hanging with his family, because he's just an amazing dad all around.
Whoa.
And then he finds that his family's still sleeping when the stream starts. So he hops in his car, in his garage, and he's here with us right now. That's what's going on.
Yep. We're in another high wind kind of weekend. The funny thing about that we didn't realize when we moved to this place is how hard the winds go, and we're one
Oh,
of those families that got into like decorating the front lawn for like Halloween and Christmas with like the inflatables. And so
yeah.
like the first year and like right now, like our inflatables is one of them that's really funny is we have an inflatable like Santa Claus in a helicopter. And
Okay.
I remember one of the first windstorms, and it just happened today too, but like this one of the first windstorms, Santa literally in the helicopter literally flew over the wall into the backyard.
Oh,
Just because of the
no.
wind. So but he's okay. We got him. He's still here. But sometimes we find him in really random places.
That makes me, yeah, okay. I was gonna say that makes me think about those times when like kids are in those inflatables, like the bounce houses, and the wind
Yeah,
kicks up, and
yeah.
then they just get
Starts
taken. They
swaying.
get taken for a ride. It's scary, man.
Oh yeah,
Can't handle
good
it.
times.
Just send this out really quickly, Dom. I want to make sure I'm getting my notes up over here. A lot of thinking goes on. Getting up, I get up like 4:40, sometimes a little bit later. That's okay. But a lot of like thinking and reading and then post. My gosh, life is busy in the morning over here.
Yeah.
But it got me thinking, Dom. It got me thinking. This is for our couch. And if you don't know, we do not have a group chat. And if you're looking for a group chat, we don't have one. We don't want you in the group chat because we want you on our couch. And so we're just sending this question out, which I ended up putting in there. But the question is this, Dom, and I'm curious because there's just so much going on right now. There's just so much going on. But what is that one thing you spend too much time on that doesn't truly matter to you? It's a tough one, right? Because everything kind of matters, but
Yeah.
depends at what frequency and I think at what volume maybe some of these things are that we're doing. So
Yeah, it's funny that I know the one thing that I always say is the one I do too much, but it doesn't really matter. But like your caveat of like it does kind of matter to me, because I love it. Um, it's like I don't know what it is, what you call it. It's my guilty pleasure, but it's definitely streaming, watching TV, like even watching shows on repeat. Um, that's my thing. Like I do too much of it. It's like it's what I do when I don't want to do anything else. Like when you're sitting at home at the end of the day and the kids are all kind of hanging out and it's like, yeah, I could clean the kitchen or like, do some grocery shopping or plan for the weekend or something, but like I could also like put on Netflix and, you know, do that thing. So, yeah, it's
yeah,
definitely TV.
what is the TV show of choice? My wife, I walked in the room. I don't tend to watch a lot of like just TV like throughout the week
Hmm.
because I think what you just said, there's like streaming that's really going on sometimes. And I'm like watching that and I'm like, wait a second, how much time did I just spend on streaming? And I did catch myself recently. I did overspend and it was an embarrassing moment. I still have to talk with my wife about.
Yeah.
But it was definitely something where she was like, wait, what's going on with this? And I was like, I don't know. And I took a look and I was like, okay, I made a mistake. So that's going to be a conversation. But it's also something where it's like the time that I'm spending on streaming is also that kind of challenge when it comes to money then too, right? So I'm just kind of being
Hmm.
careful with all that, which is definitely good because it's taking some things. What's going on, Hazel? Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, buddy.
I'm
Jay, are you just using your regular audio from your computer? You're just talking, right?
Yeah, why? Does it sound terrible?
No. Well, just echoey for a second, but I was
No, it doesn't
going
sound
over
bad.
some clips yesterday, and I heard it. You were very clear, more so than other people, and I was curious. So that's all. It was a good thing.
It just the laptop. Yeah.
Oh, it's all good. Hey Jay, we were asking one thing. Hold on, don't go there, Jason.
Okay, I'm here.
What's one thing you spend too much time on that doesn't truly matter?
Oh man, take your pick.
John was saying TV and streaming.
Mine is specifically Reddit.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, way too much time. And then just kind of getting into the time suck of intending to go online to research something and then just getting sucked and distracted by other things, and then spending too long on my device when I intended to get off of my device sooner.
I hear you. Okay.
I do that. I do that in the mornings a lot, more than I'd like to. Where like I'll get ready for the gym, and then I'm giving Hazel a tattoo right now with Sharpie because she wants a tattoo.
Oh, nice.
We
have to see it when you're done, though. You can't just do it and then let it run.
I will. Like I'll go get in the car, get to the gym in the parking lot, and I'll have like my pre-workout drink. While I'm doing that, I'm like, okay, I'll just let it settle in for a while. So now I'll just start scrolling, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I've been here for 20 minutes. It's really annoying. Yeah. I don't like doing that, but I do it.
So. I get it. I do. I've never been a Reddit guy, to be honest. So it's never been something that I spent too much time on. Dom, do you have hold on. What do I want to do? I have three thoughts in my head right now, but I did want to get Dom. Dom, I feel like is pretty good with time management. What do you do if you catch yourself? What do you do if you catch yourself kind of spending too much time on the phone? Are you like setting limits, boundaries, all those kind of things?
Sometimes I'm good at it, sometimes I'm not. Like I don't know that I have the answer for like why certain days are. Like I texted you and Blaze yesterday just basically saying like, man, like today felt good. Like I got a lot of work done. I was very productive, Maybe that was just because I have a deadline and the deadline was today. So it was like the rush of like, this is your last chance. You kind of went home early a couple of days. You streamed one day. It's also circumstantial. Like it's circumstantial for me. Like I said, the deadline was there. There was no, Cyber Monday 6-hour VFriend stream with Gary. So, I didn't have that distraction. So, yeah, I find myself, it's like, if it's not something like that, then I do have the ability to turn it off. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I think a good thing was like when we were doing the walking challenges, I would be like, oh, I need to get some steps in, like, so I'm gonna turn this off or I'm gonna turn it on and just headphones only and just go for a walk, and it kind of helps clear your head and all that stuff too.
Yeah, I think that environment piece is a huge one. Kind of walking. I've lately been doing this, and it's been really helpful. I've been put my phone in front of me, doing what I got to do, and I'll just say, Siri, set a timer for 15 minutes, and it's been really good because it just shakes me out of my thought process and be like, okay, too much time on this, I'm not gonna get that done, and it helps me just kind of task switch, which has been really helpful. But it's been good. But the reason we're talking about this, if we didn't know, Dom does a great job of reading and then breaking things down here. But from the Daily Dad by Ryan Holiday, we're looking at all things, dad life, parenting, and all of that. I think this month has been death is involved, but I think it's about making sure that we're not letting these minutes kind of go by too much. And so, whether it's this doom scrolling or TV or nonsense caught up in emails or X, I've been attempting an X type of strategy lately, and it's easy to get lost within it. But there is a goal at the end, so it's helpful. So I know when it's over, but I think when we just keep doing it without some sort of goal or end in mind, I think it gets kind of crazy because if we're continuing to be busy, right, are we actually doing anything that matters? I think that's just the biggest question. And before I just want to ask Tom again his kind of feedback on this. You know, everything here is like steeped within Stoicism. And then Marcus Aurelius, if you're familiar with him, Marcus Aurelius, one of the Stoics' great things. I was first introduced to Marcus Aurelius through one of my buddies who's one of the if you are a tonal user and you're on often, he's doing great stuff on there. Joe, we love him. But he introduced me to Marcus Aurelius, who asks great questions, gets us thinking. And so what he ended up asking himself for like some sort of clarification was, he asked, "You're afraid." Hold on, I gotta look at my note. He said, "You're afraid of death because you won't be able to do this anymore." And so it was something like, okay, is what I'm doing right now that important, right? And I think that was just used as a powerful reminder to focus on what really matters. And especially when time is so precious. Done. That's it. That's what it was. And I think it's good. I like those questions. How do we feel about the reading today, Dom?
Oh, I like it. I think I do get a kick out of this month. It's a good reminder to just kind of, like I've said in the previous days, is to just reflect on everything that's been going on. Kind of, I feel like it grounds, death or mortality, or thinking about like time fleeting and all those things. It does tend to ground you to be more in the present, to have a level of appreciation for the past, like what you've had, what you've lost, what you've missed, but also like understand like that, if you're not present, you're gonna miss this season of your kids, or this season of life, or your family or wife or whatever. So no, I love this month, this reading.
I think it's
How about
good.
you?
Jason, how were these readings working for you?
Heavy. They're heavy this month. I had a heavy day yesterday. I even told Kristen about it a little bit. I was. Can you hear me? I feel like I have reverb here.
That was me. Sorry.
You're good.
Sorry, I'm just checking my volume here. Yeah, I've been the past week. I don't know if it's like coming off of break, or I don't know if it's maybe partially having to do with the reading. But yesterday I was like super emotional because number one, the book had to do with like, the past week of reading is like, we're gonna die. Your kids are growing up every day. Every day they're a new person that they weren't the day before, and every day the person they were yesterday is gone. And yesterday it all kind of came to a head when I was like, I was dropping off my girls, and my middle daughter, as I was walking out, just like ran up to me, open arms, like gave me a big hug, and that like on the way back to the car, I was like, that was awesome. I got like super. I was like, and then like I was walking like down the hallway at school, and like I was still wearing my sunglasses, and I was like, I was really like off of my game, and it's been an odd week.
Well, it's kind of what the book should be doing. Ryan Holiday, you got Jason Turner.
You made me cry at school in the morning.
That's awesome, though, man. I think it gives you that perspective. I was talking with somebody yesterday, and I said, they're like, is it a lot of work to be hopping on and doing streams in the morning? I was like, 100%. And I was like, it is definitely something that, sometimes it kind of rubs against our family, dynamic in the morning, and, what I have going on with clients. But you know what? I am such an out of sight, out of mind person, largely, unless I'm like writing things down and taking notes. But I need these. These are the things that kind of these things stop me, and it gives me that extra 3 minutes in a day where I usually would just be like, no, tell the girls to get to bed. Don't spend the extra minute when they wake up in the morning. But it gives me like 3 minutes back with my girls, and now I remember it, and it's really helpful. And I think that's just what I appreciate the most. It's hard things. We do a hard thing every single day. At least we should. And if we're not, I think we definitely have issues because we're just not pushing ourselves too much. I got to come back to something, Craig. You just reminded me. One thing that I feel like these mornings we were doing, and I kind of changed it up. We were just throwing out gratitude, which is good. But the one thing I wanted to make sure that we do is kind of get back to the gratitude. But I've always been trying to connect it to the reading for today. But I don't want to force you guys. I know for me right now, I am going to do that. But I like to kind of think about what is going on. But definitely grateful for when I catch myself, kind of what I'm talking about right now, and just that my attention shifts back to my family or even my health, right? And just being present. So I'm grateful for these kind of moments to kind of bring that back. But I want to open the door. Jason, what was your gratitude? Is it like something from yesterday?
Come back to me because I got to get my dog. Sorry. I'm
You're
super distracted this morning.
You're all good, man. Take your time. Tom, gratitude. What's on?
So to tie it into yesterday, so like my gratitude that I wrote down was basically like I had a good lunch. Thursdays, buddy of mine, a work colleague that has turned into a friendship. We've been doing Thursday lunch. We don't hit every Thursday, but we did yesterday. He called me. He wanted to try it. He wanted to take me to a new place I hadn't been to. He's kind of like a food guy, and I'm a fast food guy. So he's been expanding my horizons, and I express appreciation for him all the time. So he took me to a new place. It was a good time. We had good talk. We were a little taken aback by another patron there that was acting very strange, but that's another story. And then my other gratitude was,
Wow, I have no questions at all about what was possibly going on.
I know, it was just very strange. He was a character, just one of those people that just makes a scene, but just is a scene, and it was very distracting to us. And then my other gratitude was I've worked very late yesterday. I came home very late, probably the latest I've been home in a while. But I came home early the 2 previous days, so I made up for it. And just all the kids were awake. I got to see them. I got to hang out with them. Saw Bailey practicing some cheerleading. So to tie that to the reading, like I think it's like, that's what I want to do. And so that's why I find that time to, either work more or work less so that I can have those moments with the people in my life. Like have a 1-hour lunch with a friend once a week or every other week. Come home early so that and then be able to work late another day.
Dude, you work so hard, and I'm so impressed with you just getting back and forth and doing all that kind of stuff. So thank you for being you. It's such a great example of what I want to push myself to sometimes. Thanks, Jason. We were asking about gratitude, and it sounded like you kind of shared it without saying gratitude. But I wanted to make sure we get back there because we were doing a lot.
Yeah, no, that was good. Yeah, yesterday was it was a really good dose of gratitude with Junior running up to me, like the image of her like running up to me with like open arms and her like sweatshirt like too long for her arms,
Yeah,
that's kind of like that's kind of burned into my head. So thankful for that. And my check engine light went off yesterday, as in like it went away after I bought the part. So that's 2. I got 2 gratitudes. One that saved me some money. So yeah, good day yesterday.
See what you do? You just wait long enough, and the problem goes away on its own.
That was definitely a case of that, and I'm hoping that it like doesn't come back twofold because I didn't do it the first time.
You have gratitude, Ryan?
Yeah, my gratitude was I think just being able to, it's just the catch, right? The shift of my attention back to, I think, what matters. I don't think I have so much of an issue like scheduling the time in terms of like if I'm thinking about this weekend, I will put myself in a position to be in the moment, but it's more of like when those moments arise, because you can't plan everything. And especially with the kids and the family, it's like sometimes something just happens. And so, it's happening in the moment. And those sometimes like those, that's the garbage time, right? And so that was where I wanted to make sure that I was just being grateful for these reminders daily to kind of pull me back in, even if it's for those 3 minutes, just to really connect and appreciate what's going on. Because again, if I don't have these moments where I'm not doing this, then I forget about it. And I want all dads and moms and parents to have that themselves. So that's just my important thought. I think it's good. That's just kind of like it's my work. It's kind of just like that redirecting, right? It's redirecting the time that I'm in, just redirecting it, I think, towards what matters. And again, in the moment is more important for me. But then again, I think we get into like Dom, we were talking about before, like setting limits on screen time and social media, right? It's definitely important. Blaze was teaching me a little bit about, something, and I was just trying to schedule it the way that he was kind of recommending it. But, more importantly, I think scheduling the intentional time. Do you guys schedule intentional time throughout the weekend or the week? Do you guys have that throughout the...
I think the only intentional time I have is this like morning period where, I get through my routine of things to do. And then I kind of just let the day be the day. I mean, as far as work's concerned, I mean, it is scheduled. I do my job stuff and my field stuff in the morning, and then I plug into the office for the rest of the day. That's what I've found works, but nothing else, other than a date here and there.
I agree with Dom. The morning is probably the most that I'm intentional for sure. On that, I have a question for you guys. Or Ryan, how about you? What's yours? It seems like you're like full of intention all the time, which I enjoy.
Thanks. I think that's good. Sometimes I'm like, I have way too much intention, and then it's like, what's going on? Wait, what is my what? What is the question?
The question that you asked us. I'm asking you back. I'm asking you the question that you asked us. I'm sending it back to you.
I'm trying to get back there.
What's your intentional time during the day? How do you spend it?
My intentional time during the day. Got it. My intentional time with the family during the day. It's been a failure. I'm going to tell you, because the one time that I loved is 7:00 was game time. We did it. I think we were doing it well for a few, I would say, months. And it was really awesome because it was like, okay, just wrap up your head, wrap up everything. Girls take a bath or whatever, get ready for, bedtime. But it was a good kind of like come down from like the day. And so it was 7:00 game time, and it was working. But that was like a really good intentional time, which we've been failing at doing. I don't think it's because like we're not being intentional with it. But the girls, I think, are in this moment of like trying to kind of put like a little bit before us. That's okay, because we want that, right? It's important. But kind of want to get back there. It would definitely be good. But I would say the most intentional time that maybe is successful is probably that morning time. I love being here in the morning. There are 2 days a week where sometimes I'm not. But if I have like the morning with the girls, that is like I will try and focus on them as best as I can before things get crazy. Right? Because even Lauren's crazy right now. Like we're running around, we're dropping kids off, we're doing this. She's giving me the time to do this. So that's what I got for you.
So on that, this is something that I was kind of thinking about last night is how many, I thought about it because this week I'm also on top of like just kind of feeling off my game.
Okay.
I've only been to the gym like once this week and I feel really off, but it's a cycle, and I'm like, I'm in the low point of my cycle, and which it eventually comes back around, right? But then then I was thinking, how many cycles am I actually in? Like, how many cycles do I consider myself in at one time? Like there's a family cycle, there's a school cycle, there's a gym cycle. there's a cycle where like everything happens really great and everything's working, and then like the low point where like nothing's working at all, which is usually like a Monday or a Tuesday.
Yeah.
So maybe not to answer right now, but a question to answer in the future is like, how many cycles can you consider? How many cycles do you consider yourself considering at once? Does that make sense?
Can you give a title to a cycle?
Yes. Okay. So like the gym cycle at the very top,
Got it.
you're on top of your schedule, you get doing everything that you want. On the low side is like, it's like things are taking priority and you're not on your schedule. But then, like the next week you hit it again, right? Or it's like you're on a cycle with your wife where it's like, oh, you're really talking really well this week. Really open about our communication. And then like the next week, oh man, keeping everything inside, nobody's talking, and that comes back around too, right? Like with your kids, where like nobody's happy at the same time. Like kids might be happy up at the top, and you come back down to the bottom, and like kids aren't happy. One's happy, and the other isn't. Does that make sense?
It does. I get it. Dom, does that make sense to you?
So then my question is
A
like,
little
at
bit.
what point, it's almost kind of like the 3-body problem. If you've seen that show on Netflix, but it's like, when all those
I feel
cycles,
like we're in the third layer of this. This is good. I like this though.
I'm going to keep going down. But when like all those cycles either line up or don't align, then like everything feels off. That was a question that I had as I was putting away laundry yesterday morning before running out the door to get my girls to school late. Because I was feeling off.
I like your question and your point. I think it could be even a larger thing. I do understand the cycle thing. Like when you are on top of your game, as you were saying, like, hey, I'm really into the gym right now. It's really going well. Or, when it's like nutrition or saving money or, connecting with people, whatever it really is. Let's come back to that. But I want to kind of come back out of that for a second as we're kind of getting to like the top of the hour here. Because there is a question here that I want to ask you because I hear where you're going with this. And hopefully this is helpful. So my question is going to be this. With all that in mind, what's one thing, Jason, that we can keep you accountable to, but what's one thing you can spend less time on today to make room for what matters, whether it's your wife, the gym, or the girls? What's one thing that you can spend less time on today?
Today, it's hard. I haven't been home before 7 every day this week because I've been super intentional and busy. I would say at any given day, just random use of technology to fill the gaps of time between things. That's the first thing that comes to mind.
Technology, getting off your phone?
Like, I don't know, like sitting in the garage finishing an article or whatever. The stupid things you read. I don't know. You mentioned it before, just like the small little scroll sessions where you get locked in.
Doom scrolling.
Scrolling, all that stuff.
All right. How about we keep you somewhat accountable to the idea of maybe setting a timer if you find yourself doom scrolling. So it's not a stop this now or don't do it, but it's more of a
I've already done.
Let me set a timer.
I've deleted Reddit 14 times in the past 2 weeks.
Nice. Dom, what is one thing that you can
Stop
do
re-downloading
today?
It.
Yeah. Brofit, Bri.
Yeah,
I've
for
not
me,
deleted it.
it's going to be staying off of Whatnot, staying off of Netflix as much as I can today so that I can close out the week working and not and being with my kids and taking them to school and picking them up and all that stuff. And then just knowing that tomorrow is going to be a Whatnot marathon as much as I can. Tomorrow's also a really busy day for our family, but yeah. Blaze's garage sale.
Dom is reminding me without saying he's reminding me. to bring it up. But yeah, I am also looking to stay off of whatnot. We celebrated my daughter's birthday yesterday. Really fun. We did a movie instead of a restaurant that ended up being closed yesterday. And then today we have a birthday party. Tomorrow's a birthday party. So there's a lot going on. And I am not going to be able to spend time on whatnot as much. And I feel bad
darn.
because
You're gonna save so much money.
So much money. I feel vulnerable right now. I did go through what happened last month and I was like, okay, I made a mistake. So it's okay. It's okay. I'll fix it. But that's my intention, not being on there tomorrow. Guys, check this out. You
Ryan,
know Blaze.
Ryan, you
right?
got me to sign up for whatnot over the weekend.
Ooh.
Should I?
I did that to my daughter too.
Hold on. I'm not, but I asked you to sign up for whatnot for the intention of getting your art out to people. And
yeah,
you need
but
to.
now I'm scared about having this new habit. That
Yeah,
sounds
just don't follow
terrible.
Blaze. Wait, Ryan, what are you supposed to not do today?
Yeah, what's
Did
your
you say it
whatnot?
already?
What's your whatnot to do?
Oh, well, I
Whatnot.
guess it was the weekend, but like, no, it's also whatnot. I was also going to say, try and be less of a troll as I try to get monetized on X, but that's not going to, nope, that's not, I'm not going to stop that right now. I'm also not being like a major troll, by the way. I'm just like, I'm doing enough to make sure that I'm going to get paid for being on X at some point. And I'm going to tell you guys, I've learned a lot about people. And I've also learned how emotional people are and like how easy it is. Like you can say anything and people get angry, but that also gives me impressions. And so like, man, it's been a wild ride. I will tell you, if you want to learn more about X, try and be monetized and be intentional, right? We're talking about that. Be intentional with what you do with your replies. My goodness, it's been fun. But yeah, anyway, warning, just please, if you are somehow following any of my replies, turn those off for now. At least 6 weeks. We'll be there. And then what is going on right now?
I'm looking at them. I'm gonna do a little deep dive. This is what my whatnot is today. What not to do is to follow Ryan.
Blaze and I have been playing a game called Find Each Other in the Comments.
Yeah.
And so then once we end up finding each other, we just pretend to argue, and it's been really fun. So if you guys want to do that too, you need impressions, come on through. Thank you, Elon, for giving us this opportunity. My goodness,
I live vicariously through yours.
It's kind of gross right now. That's okay. All right, we're way off topic, and that's okay. But we're gonna have a great day, guys. Please check out Blaze's garage sale tomorrow. Check out Blaze's news. Blaze is live every single evening, letting us know the news, the headlines that we have to pay attention to. Our boy is there. But we're going to end it with this reminder that about today, right? What is the larger focus here is that life is short. So make sure that you're making time for your kids, right? Time's going to fly regardless. So don't let it be consumed by whatnot, buying ridiculous things sometimes. Collect what you want. Don't collect others. Don't think you're going to buy a bunch of stuff and flip it. Telling you that personally. And so anyway, just make sure that you know what matters. Don't put yourself in front of things that waste your time. Focus on what adds value to your life and your relationship with your kids. Okay? That's where I'm going to leave that for right now. Oof. This is a lot. There's a lot in there. Okay, yeah, guys, that was a great day.
Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate that. I have to go. I have to go now. Go get on my horse and get
all
going.
Good, guys. All right, guys. Mugs full of coffee, hearts full of gratitude. We will see you tomorrow morning. We'll be good. We love you guys. We're out.